Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and I just want to read something to you and show you how you're being programmed. How you are being programmed, and you're programming your children. If you are not satisfied with who you are, with where you are in life, with what you're doing, don't program your children to be like you. Raise your consciousness. Raise your level of awareness. Raise your education. Raise your knowledge. And teach your children how not to be like you. If you are satisfied with where you are in your life, with your knowledge, with your education, with your information, with your awareness, raise your children to be like you. But parents got a bad habit of using their ignorance as an excuse on raising their children. Ignorance of knowledge, information, and awareness is no excuse. There's too much information out here. Everybody should be smarter right now. There is no excuse for ignorance. Everybody should be smarter. Everybody should have more knowledge. There's no excuse for ignorance. So I'm going to read to you what propaganda is and how you've been influenced to be stupid, to be ignorant, to be lazy, to be indignant, to not care, to raise your children just like that. Propaganda. Communication that aims to influence the attitudes, beliefs, or behaviors of individuals or groups in a systemic and often biased manner. It is typically used to promote a specific agenda, ideology, or viewpoint, often by presenting information selectively or using deceptive tactics. Here's an explanation of propaganda, its methods, and some of the historical and contemporary examples. Purposeful messaging. Propaganda is designed with a clear purpose, such as persuading people to support a political cause, buy a product, or adopt a certain belief. People, these are programs they're using to manipulate you and control your thoughts. You are not a free thinker. You are not a free thinker. Your thoughts are not your own thoughts. They have been given to you. And the sooner you realize that these thoughts have been given to you, the better off you're going to be. You're going to be smarter. You're going to be more intelligent. You're going to be able to speak up for yourself when you realize you're trying to manipulate me. Or you're trying to gaslight me. That's all. It's all the same. Gaslighting and manipulating is all the same. They're trying to convince you that what you're saying is not true. Emotional appeal. It often uses emotional appeals rather than rational arguments to sway opinions, tapping into fears, desires, and prejudices. And that's a lot of times how people respond to issues with their emotions. They throw logic out the window. Common sense go out the window. They don't use that. They use their emotional, their fears, their prejudices. Whether they are racist or whatever, they use those fears to justify their actions, even though their actions were not justified. They are running a program. Selective information. Propaganda selectively presents facts or information to support its message while ignoring or distorting opposing viewpoints. Now right here it says propaganda selectively present facts. That's not entirely true. Propaganda selectively presents misinformation, not facts. you've been misinformed. Instead of you looking up the information for yourself, it's propaganda will most of the time try to trigger the biases that you already have. It's hard for propaganda to totally change your mind. Propaganda is really designed to say, I kind of figured that was this, that, and the other. So here's this piece of paper that somebody gave me confirming what I was thinking. That's propaganda. Repetition. Messages are often repeated consistently and frequently to reinforce beliefs and perceptions. Repetition over and over again. Over and over again. Unvaxxed people don't care about you. Unvaxxed people are not empathetic. Conservatives do not care about people. Liberals do not care about freedoms. Same stuff over and over again. Simplifications. Complex issues are often simplified to make them more digestible and convincing to the audience. The use of symbols. Propaganda frequently employs symbols, slogans, or imagery to invoke strong emotional responses and create associations with desired values or ideas. Methods of propaganda. Bandwagon encourages individuals to join the perceived majority in supporting a cause because everyone else is doing it. And that's the only reason. You don't even have to believe in it, but you believe you want to be in the safest group. And since you think that everybody else is doing it, you want to join that group because it's a bigger group with a bigger voice. They got big mouths. While the small group over here, they don't have that much support, so they got to be wrong. So a weak-minded person that don't know they've been manipulated, they're gonna join this bigger group, and if it turns violent, it'll turn violent, and they're gonna participate in it, and they're gonna condone it. Fear. Exploiting people's fears to gain support or compliance by portraying dire consequences if one does not comply or support a certain viewpoint. Yeah, of course. If you don't get the vax, you're gonna lose your job. If you don't get the vax, your family may die because you've been irresponsible. If you don't get the vax, you're gonna lose your health insurance. If you don't get the vax, you can't go to a sporting event. All fear-based propaganda. Name calling. Using derogatory language or labels to evoke strong emotional responses and discredit opposing viewpoints or individuals. Of course, you're a Democrat. That's name calling. You're poor. That's name calling. Testimonials relies on endorsements or testimonials from respected or admired figures to persuade others to support a cause or product. Glittering generalities employs emotional appealing words or phrases that are vague and difficult to define concretely, yet are used to evoke positive feelings. Historical examples. World War II propaganda. Cold War propaganda. The United States and Soviet Union engaged in propaganda campaigns to promote their political ideologies and discredit each other during the Cold War era. Nazi propaganda. Under Adolf Hitler's regime, Nazi propaganda demonized Jews, promoted Aryan racial superiority. The same thing white people do today in the United States. They promote racial superiority. They don't care about the facts. All they care about is their ideology, their belief system, and the program that has convinced them of something that's a complete lie. But they're going to live their whole life knowing that it's not true, but they don't care because they want to be on the safe side with their friends and family. And justified Nazi policies of genocide and conquest. Modern and contemporary examples: political campaigns. Political candidates and parties use propaganda techniques in campaign advertisements and speeches to sway voters and discredit opponents. Corporate advertising. Companies employ propaganda tactics in advertising to promote products, shape customer preferences, and create brand loyalty. Social media. Various groups and individuals use social media platforms to disseminate propaganda messages, spread misinformation, and manipulate public opinion on various issues. Health campaigns. Governments and health organizations use propaganda to promote public health initiatives such as vaccination campaigns or smoking cessation programs. See, guys, all this is propaganda, and it's showing you and it's telling you very clearly that these are methods of propaganda. The bandwagon, fear, name calling, testimonials, glittering generalities. All these are tools they use against you. They have deployed these tools against you. And you don't even know you're programmed or you're being programmed. You just follow the leader, even if the leader's wrong. So that's my video for today, guys. Remember, you can break the propaganda. You can break the programming. You have to update the program that you're running. Some things you got to delete. You got to reboot. Some of this information got to be deleted because it can't be fixed. You got to remove it from your life. Sometimes you got to delete people out of your life. You got to delete information out of your life. You got to reboot it. Sometimes you got to do a system default and start off with a clean slate. Sometimes you got to go in monk mode and get away from people because people are constantly trying to convince you and manipulate you into doing and thinking a certain way. You got to get away from them people. So that's it for today. For right now, guys, I may come out with another video to expand on the programming that you have been manipulated with. Have a good day.